Welcome to Why Voices. Oh, it's so good to be back in the lab again. Um, just been having a good time hanging out with some of the young adults this past weekend. And I wanted to get back into the lab again just to talk briefly to you guys. You know, the president's got us into a war now. So the market is very, very volatile at this time. So we just have to see what's going to happen with the war. We're already like 7 days into a war right now. I've been coming on. We can't really predict what this president is going to do, but the United States is now officially in war. So, with that said, I just wanted to get on here and tell the young investors, basically about an ETF that I think that we should be moving into during these volatile times. I think it'd be good for your portfolio. I think it's a safe place to put your money in right now as we see what this war is going to pan out. The market has been kind of steady, but till they get everything figured out, I'm thinking about, well, I am. This is not financial advice. You guys really need to do what you think, but I just kind of tell you guys some of the things that I'm doing. I'm moving some of my capital into the ETF QQQ. If you don't have that one in your portfolio, it is a good ETF. And some of you young investors might say, well, what is an ETF? An ETF is like a basket of great companies. QQQ is a ETF that you guys can move in. It holds 100 companies, 100 of the top 100 companies in America is in this ETF. Companies like Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Google, Meta, Tesla, the big dogs. It's got 100 big companies like this in this ETF. And I want you guys to uh, think about moving some of your capital over there if you haven't already. I gave you guys a couple good ETFs in some of the other videos. And I'm putting these ETFs and these great dividend stocks, talking about gold and stuff. These are some of the more safer places to put your money during volatile times in the market. However, I do know if we can just hold out and wait, till all this stuff blow over, and we don't really know what's going to happen. We might get attacked next because of what the president has done. I mean, he didn't even bother to talk to Congress or nobody. He just did this on his own. So we're in a peculiar spot as Americans. So I want you guys to be thinking about, uh, you know, diversifying your portfolio if you haven't. And QQQ is one that I really like. And uh, it says why young adults should care, because the QQQ is like investing in the world that you already know. When you invest in the QQQ, you're really investing in companies that you already know. I mentioned some of them most, some of the top ones that you already know. Uh, the QQQ is easy to understand. You already know these companies. You use them every day. Investing in what you understand is one of the smartest moves that you can make. When you invest in the QQQ, you're not investing in some stuff that you don't know about. You're investing in these great companies that you already know. Okay, and because you're investing in the QQQ, you're now diversifying your portfolio. Okay, you're diversifying your portfolio just by investing in this one ETF. You're diversifying your portfolio. Okay, like I say, when you invest in the QQQ, you're investing in 100 companies, 100 companies that's built for the future. Okay, these are the top 100 companies. This is the future of America. If we still going to be America, if we still going to be uh, a land for the people and not turn into listening to a king or whatever they want to call our president. If we continue to be America, this is a great company for you to invest in because this QQQ is built for the future. You know why tech is slowing? AI is continually growing, robots, cloud computing, electric vehicles. QQQ is setting my young adults. QQQ is sitting right in the middle of all the innovation that's happening in America. Okay? It's a long term powerhouse. I want you to think about it. If you guys just start putting a little bit of money in QQQ, uh, for over the next 10 years, you're going to have a lot of money. That $20, that $50, you just put in QQQ. You don't buy the shoes this time, put it in QQQ. You don't go to McDonald's this time, just put the $20 in QQQ. I'm not telling you guys to live a certain way. That pair of jeans that you're gonna spend $100 for. Well, go to the Goodwill and get you another pair of jeans, put your own patch on it, and take the $80 that you got left over and put it in QQQ. This is where I want you guys to invest in QQQ over the long haul. And if you do this correctly, like I teach you guys all the time, buying on the dip, your portfolio is going to be looking real sweet. It's going to be looking real good after 2 years, I promise you. In 5 years, you're going to have that little grin on your face. But 10 years, you're going to be start making some major decisions. And because you guys started investing when you're 16, 18 years old, you're still going to be fairly young. You're going to be 28 years old, but you're going to be sitting on close to $1 million, if you do this right, because a lot of money go through you guys' hands. But what are you doing with the money that goes through your hands? Imagine this. You start investing in QQQ in your teens, in your early 20s, and you let it grow while you live your life. While you're going to school, while you're working, while you're going on vacation, family dreams. And this just keep adding up little by little. And before you realize it, you have planted some seeds that turns into a forest. So we just want to look at QQQ a little bit more deeper. And as you guys know, I always like to just kind of go on the charts a little bit with you guys to share some of the thoughts that I think about QQ. If you look at year to date now on the charts here, QQQ was up to $636.36, $636.60. That's an all-time high. That's year to date. And I always teach you guys to look left on the charts. Okay, so we're going to go back from year to date. We're going to go back 6 months ago, and you can see the high was $643.76 was a high. Okay, let's just go ahead and mark that off right there. Let's put a horizontal line on that one. Boom. 646. Okay. And that's 6 months ago. Let's just kind of open this up a little bit. 6 months ago. And if you open it up, we can see that we had dropped to a low of 583.77. That's just 6 months ago right there. Okay, y'all see that on the chart. 683.77. Okay. Now we just talked, that was on the 6 months. Now let's go back 3 months ago, because we're bringing it from a year ago and we're bringing it back up to date. And a year, where we at? 3 months. We're on a 3 month chart right now, and we're going to open that up a little bit. And we can see from, what did I say, the 643, that high down there, it just fell down. You know, we got a new president, and ever since then it's been falling down. So it's kind of 643 was the high, and as you guys look at the charts, and I opened it up a little bit, it fell. It came on down. It fell to a low of 587.44. Then it came back up a little bit, and it's been kind of been trending sideways for about 3 months or so. It came from 587. It started to come back up, and then it came back down. I can see a high here of 619.21. Okay, let's go back a month ago. Clicking on the 1 month, we saw it at 619. Okay, and it continued to fall. It fell down here. You guys can see how it's trending down. It kind of went a little bit on a downward track. It came back up a little bit, and then it dropped tremendously. Boom. This is 1 month ago, all the way down to $583 a share. Man, if you guys could get in on that, and I think that's a good place to buy right now. If you guys catch it down in the 580s, 590s, buy that dip, because we know we saw it back there at a high, and now it's been dropped down to 683. We're going to just go ahead and open that up a little bit and bring it back. Okay, and from 583 last month, let's go into the 5 day. We still got the 583. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3 days ago. We saw it down there at a low of 583.77. And then we saw here recently, we're going to keep on opening it up. It started climbing back up. It jumped over the 604 mark. Then it kind of ran sideways for a little bit. 603, dropped down, it came back up, all the way up to 611.39. 611.39, and we're going to go on back to 1 day ago. That which would be last Friday, which was right here. It came all the way up to 609. It ended Friday at what is that? There's 608.34. Anytime you guys catch this one under 580, buy that dip. I tell you guys, buy that dip under 580, because this is going to run soon as we get past the wars. And then over the weekend, as you guys can see how it kind of ran sideways all weekend, It ran sideways all weekend long. They're gonna bring it on back. And then over the weekend, I think that was Sunday right there. It just kind of fell back down, all the way down to 604. You guys could have got it. And then early this morning, it opened up around what's that high right there? 609. It opened up at 609.72 this morning. And we're gonna go ahead and look at today. Uh, I really like it, just kind of hovered there, but look at all these green candles going up. It's starting to go back up again, and it's running sideways again around 612.40, 611 right now. The QQQ is one that you guys can put in your portfolio. And let's just look right back one more time. A year ago, it was at 636 high, 6 months, 643. You know, it's down right now at 605, 611. It's trading about 611 right now. It's a good buy. QQQ. This is one that I think you guys could. This is safety. This is safety that you guys can move your money into. The QQQ, as we're in a war. This is going to be a pretty safe bet for you guys because you're betting on the top 100 companies in America, which is not going nowhere. But we don't know what war is going to happen. We don't know. If we gonna get hit with a strike or a bomb or a drone, or we don't really know what's gonna happen. We cannot predict the future, but we can be ready for the future. Okay, so again, just want to give you guys something today that you guys can kind of be looking at. I've been kind of diversifying, moving into the gold, the silvers, the QQQs, the VOOs, the dividend stocks, and places where you can put your money that I think is going to be safe. And then once we come out of this, we'll go back into a little different strategy, more or less basically breaking down some of these great companies that's in these QQQs, these great dividend stocks and stuff like that. We'll break them down and look at those companies and see which ones is really going to be valuable. But really, all these ETFs that I've been giving you guys can break them down. You guys go on Robinhood, open the ETF up, look at those companies. And some of those companies that you're looking at when you open it up is good companies to invest in. Okay, so I'm not going to keep you guys much longer. If you like this type of content, this is not financial advice. I just give my people, my young adults, some places where they can put their money that I think is going to be safe for them during this time of volatility. If you like the type of content, please subscribe. Please hit the like button and share this out to your friends. It helps our algorithm. I'll be talking to you guys soon. And just remember, young investors will be meeting the 21st at Midwest City, 15th in Eric Depot at the Mazios at 1 o'clock. Talk to you guys soon. We'll be discussing some great topics. Okay. Let's go back to the one day real quick and we'll get off here. One day, where are we at right now? Right now. Okay, I see it. Look at that uptrend. Dropped all the way down. That would have been a good place to buy at 604. It is now at 612.40, hovering around there. It's starting to go sideways a little bit. Okay. Definitely, guys, if you guys see this drop down in the fives, buy a little QQQ. It will be good for you. Talk to you guys soon. Love y'all. Bye bye.